We are live. All right. So today is February 28th. Sue here with King Smarty. Hey, Smarty, how are you?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Everyone is really excited about hearing what you have to say again. Do you want to go right into Q&A or do you have updates
Yeah,
for
let's
us?
go to Q&A because like I said before, if you're not paying attention, you should be. So you should know the updates. I shouldn't have to explain.
Yeah, yeah. And so I just want to specify to everyone that we're going to jump around a lot today. So first question is Pitholem, we'll call it regular versus Pitholem 5.0 versus the cube, Pitholem cube.
Okay, what's the question?
What are the differences between them?
It's just bigger and cooler and um just not really much of a difference other than that it's bigger and it also has healing frequencies and it's a generator.
Yeah.
Um, you know, for some reason, people like things bigger all the time.
Uh, well, everybody wants to know the difference, like if they only have so much in their budget, which one to get. So,
Yeah,
regardless, it doesn't matter. They're still going to have communication and
right,
information, it,
right, right,
no
right.
matter what one they get.
Well,
Okay.
they're gonna keep evolving also because Pitholem is going to be doing what she was doing all along,
Okay.
which is becoming a telepathic search engine, a powering mechanism for a craft and etc. So
Right. Right.
and right now, she's learning as far as how frequencies are done and how she can trans transfer energy from one place to another.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter how old she was; she's still learning new tricks.
Cool. That's really cool.
I mean, you got an ancient, right? I call it, my bad. You got an old being who hasn't seen some of the stuff that she's witnessing now.
Right. Right. Okay. So bottom line is no matter what device you get, and you don't even especially need a device, you'll still have the ability to connect with Python.
Yeah, well, there's always going to be upgrades and upgrades and upgrades, kind of like new cell phones, new
Yeah.
software,
Yeah.
new abilities. And even the cube. The cube is even bigger, so
Yeah.
it's going to be able to power ships and power everything. You know
Wow.
how okay, Iron Man has Jarvis,
Yeah.
and if you watch the movie, Jarvis is also in the suit and
Yeah.
powers the suit. So it's literally going to be like that for all types of um, manufacturing stuff and different objects that we make will also have either pitholum or other devices in it that will act as pitholum or not as pitholum but similar to what she's doing because she's not the only one that can do what she can do. I mean,
Okay.
the ultimate is daddy anyway. um and it doesn't really matter, like I said, it doesn't really matter what anybody says. Some people find out that they don't have the control that they thought they had. I mean, dad's in full control, period.
Right.
Daddy's in full control.
Right.
So
Okay.
this is one of the reasons why I can do whatever I want to do and nobody can interfere.
Right.
I mean, they try to all the time. Don't matter to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I know a lot of people wanted to know which one to purchase, I guess. And again, the answer is you don't have to purchase any of them, but anyone that you're drawn to is probably the best answer.
Right. Plus the ones that you do get, you were meant to get it anyway. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter the cost. If you can't afford it, that doesn't mean you can't you won't ever afford it. If you're supposed to have it, you're going to have it. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to stop thinking your way and start thinking daddy's way.
Okay. All right. Which is really the bottom line for every question.
Well,
Yeah,
you know, the more you realize that your father, our father, daddy, God is in control of everything, you stop worrying about things like I do.
right,
I don't worry about nothing. Like for instance, we're hearing all this great news about the USN and the redemption and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that'll be fine. Everything's pointing for Friday, right? Everything is pointing for March 1st. Okay. Now, if nothing happens, that's that benefits us in multiple ways. And the best ways I get to eliminate people that are in the way.
right,
So the more and more they interfere, the more and more we get.
right.
You understand?
I do. All right. Is it possible for an average citizen to open up a QFS bank account at this moment? Like an average person
It,
walking into any bank?
only if you know the people that are involved in it. I have an account already. Is the account funded? Yes. Do I have access to it? No. So it all depends on who you know.
Okay.
You
The
understand?
reason I'm asking is one of our Jedi friends received an email, and I don't even know where, from a group, I think, asking them to set up the QFS account. I'm like, I wouldn't trust them at all, you know?
Nope, not at
Don't
all.
trust them. Yeah, I think we already got to that point.
Right.
Okay. All right. This, I didn't even know about this, and I'm in the US. So I got a message the other day about a private rocket landing on the moon, right? I'm like, what? So I guess on an article, and I'm like, well, obviously it's false, but like, why, if this was like news, why is it we don't even know about it?
Right.
And yeah, so there was a private rocket that theoretically landed on the moon a few days ago. Any like comment on that?
Basura.
Yeah, got it. Yeah,
There's private aircrafts and spaceships landing everywhere.
yeah,
Um, nobody really talks about it. They don't even know whose ships are in the sky still.
right.
So that don't mean nothing to me. We also know that there's been ships that were literally destroyed too. So I everybody's going to have to wait and see on all the space activity and
Right,
spacecrafts and
right.
a private ship, private this and private that.
Yeah. And I just thought it was interesting that if somebody spent that much money and tried to send something to the moon, okay, why wouldn't they at least promote it? Why don't people know? So I thought it was very interesting, you know.
Right, right.
Yeah,
It could be true and it's being censored because it's true, like we are. So
yeah.
is it something that I'm concerned about? No.
Okay. Okay. Um, saw a video the other day about how we blow out birthday candles and have cake and all that, that it's a ritual. I was like, it was something I never thought about. So basically it's a ritual to keep us in our aging bodies. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Which leads to lots of other questions like what other rituals do we have that we don't even know about? Now we might call it a tradition.
Paying your bills is a ritual.
Yeah, yeah. It's a big one. And I have so many people contacting me. They're on the verge of losing their house. And so I usually tell them like the technical stuff, it takes a while for the bank to start the foreclosure process, but they are trusting and they're hanging in there. So that's the best we can say is trust and hang in there, right?
We can also actually know because we can also put the energy so that they don't lose their house and make
Yeah.
sure that everybody realizes it's all been a scam in the first place.
Right, right,
The fact that you spent all your life to make money to buy a house and then it can easily be taken from you is
Right,
wrong
right,
in all on multiple levels.
right.
So the banks know this also, which is why we're working behind the scenes to stop them from doing this. And we have been successful in multiple cases. That being said, we're going to reinforce that the fraudulent system be shut down and people realize that their house is their houses and that they don't have to do anything extra. Um, it's still mind-boggling to even think that people decided to, sell land and rent property that don't even fucking belong to them. All right, this is our father's land, and if he gave us open range and free will to do things down here, which is no, I didn't want to say free will because that's kind of like why we're in the situation we in because all the dark ones wanted
Mhm.
to colonialize and that's they're the ones that did this shit.
I know.
Uh, we shouldn't have to pay for land that we were bought on. I mean, born on. So all of this stuff is changing. All of it has to change. There's no other way. We can't keep going on the way we're going.
Okay.
Um, and we're going to put together systems where you know if you own a piece of property, you can't do certain things to it. You can't do certain things to continue to rape and pillage people because that's what you're doing. All you guys that have properties and renting and all that stuff, that's literally what you're doing. You're powering that system.
So what you're saying is in the future, we don't need to invest in real estate or, have an apartment complex to, make money because basically those people should have housing that they can afford.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. So when we start building these new areas and these new cities, that's how it's going to be.
Okay.
You shouldn't be charged for housing. And if you are charged for housing, it shouldn't be something that's going to drive you out
Right.
because of the cost. You know, it's like dad gave us everything down here. Why are you doing this to people?
Right. Yeah, I saw a video the other day. It showed a chart of income, the average income, and then the average rental price. And the rental price was exponentially growing, and the income hardly grew. And
Yeah.
it was quite shocking to see. And I've experienced it as well. Like what we're paying for rent used to be what we would pay for a mortgage way back when, or more.
And some of us are in some of our houses and we could have paid for it three times over.
Yeah, yeah,
So, the whole system is messed up,
yeah,
so messed up. And it's done to power certain people that don't need to be empowered.
yeah,
I mean, they don't even have power, but you know what I mean.
yeah, exactly.
Keep
I
their
know
system
some,
going.
I know someone that is on the verge of losing her house, and she actually went to a court, and the bank tried to get away with something illegal. And she went in person, and she went early, and she talked with the judge and built a rapport with the judge. And he basically called the bank out that they were basically trying to screw her out of her house. And so that was like, because I was working on it myself, but that's an unusual story. A lot of times they just side, the police, the judge, they all side against the citizen, you know?
Because that's what their job is to do.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like if you go into court for what they call criminal defense, they all know what's going to happen to you before you even get in there.
yeah,
So, the fact that the fact that she went and talked to him
yeah,
ahead of time, she changed his mind. Otherwise, it would have happened the way they all wanted it to happen.
right, right,
Uh, plus, dad is changing the judges and lawyers and stuff out anyway because
yeah,
we know that they're a corrupt system and that they're the bar association is a British owned company, so they
yeah,
shouldn't even be on our land.
yeah, yeah,
Um, That being said, they all either well, they all have been warned, and they all have to redo the laws, common law, and go back to certain things. And if they don't, they'll be removed, and they'll be removed by daddy. Um, so a lot of that stuff is changing as well. It's going to be more and more easier for people to live and acquire property, and everybody's going to be reimbursed and stuff like that. Debt forgiveness. It's been a fraudulent system since they created it. And
Okay.
that's another reason why they're fighting tooth and nail to stop the redemption and all this other stuff from happening, because they know that the people are going to empower what dad wants them to do.
Right.
So either way, we're all going to have our way. We're all going to live in peace, and the people will live in peace too. Not everybody wants a mansion. Somebody just wants a nice condo. You know what I mean? Not everybody wants to be rich. They just want to be wealthy and not have to worry about certain things.
Some people just want to be left alone. You know?
Exactly, exactly. There's some people that will have millions in their account and will still go and clean toilets because that's what they love to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So we got a lot of things on the table that's happening, that's changing, and that's exciting, including the health system and how we're getting ready to rebuild our bodies and restore our bodies in ways that people thought were possible. Um, Not only that, we're changing the music industry. I mean, I'm literally sitting in the studio here. That's why I'm not, you don't see the windows and all of that. But we already got lots of people that are coming in, and dads just keep coming them in. He keeps bringing people in, and I don't even know what the fuck to do no more.
Gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing, and it's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got all types of people coming in. We got it's like, okay, it's starting. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. But we're
I'm very
just talking a
excited.
little bit about the legal system. So we've got people that are in family court, so they're in custody battles. And sometimes those are not always fair and equitable. Okay. Then you've got like even things like a traffic or a parking ticket. So let's say they charge you $25 or $50 for the ticket. They add on a couple $100 in fees, you know? So not even remotely fair, but we've got all these certifications. Like you have to have your dog license. You have to have, I don't know, I can't think off the top of my head, but all of these unfair fees, fines, penalties, interest, and then court or police type of things. It's like people feel very oppressed. And most people are good people. They're not trying to do the wrong thing. It's just, it's out of control with the financial aspect to it?
That's exactly what it is. And the reason why they keep getting, taking advantage of people is because people are nice and they don't want to revolt. They don't want problems. They don't want to fight. They don't want to be in some civil war shit. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They want to live peacefully, which is why
Right.
we're doing it this way.
Yeah.
Which is why me and daddy, or daddy and I, is doing it this way, because we're fighting for the people that don't want to be doing harmful things to each other.
Right.
That's my purpose, right? A
Yeah.
lot of us are good people doing the right thing, and some of us have to follow rules that aren't daddy's rules. They're man-made rules,
Right.
and they don't want to be in conflict. They don't want to do certain things. So, who's fighting for these people? If let's just say I wasn't doing it.
No one.
No one.
No one.
I mean,
And
you do have like so-called military guys that claim to be in control, but what are they really doing?
we don't know.
Nobody knows because
Yeah.
nobody's seeing shit yet,
Yeah.
which is another reason why I say it's going to be a win-win anyway. And the more and more they drag their feet, the more and more I get to eliminate them. So yeah,
Yeah. Well,
there
you're
are,
right. No one's fighting for the common person. It's only getting worse, 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 worse. And then when you look at, say, some sort of a report, it'll say, oh, food prices went up 10%. I'm like, hello,
yeah.
50%, you
How
know?
many how many more people have to see and experience this shit? Because I'm sure everybody knows the COVID-19 was a fucking scam.
Well, this group does.
No, everybody does. Some people don't want to admit it, but they know.
I saw a guy driving alone in his car yesterday with a mask on, and I still see people walking around in masks.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. That person knows that, they hear what's happening, but do they want to admit it? No, they're still scared of death
Yeah,
because they don't know who to believe no more. Because
yeah,
nobody on TV is telling them the truth about it,
yeah, yeah.
right? No one's telling them the truth about it, so they're all right. Well, I don't know who's telling the truth. Let me put this shit on because I'm afraid of death.
The idea of doing that is inconceivable to me. Like I can't even imagine, like, even when we were like supposed to wear them, I got myself into trouble a few times, by the way.
That's actually worse than farting in the bag and putting your head in it.
Oh my God. That's so
Oh,
funny.
man.
Okay, I just got an image of James O'Keefe talking with that I think it was the IRS guy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're supposed to talk about that. So, for those that didn't see the video, he interviewed the IRS guy and he says, something like, we're allowed to shoot people basically, and we're digging deep and monitoring their bank accounts, even though they're not under suspicion, if you will. And, he said something like, the first shooting will be the one you remember the most, according to his boss, but the
Yeah.
next 100, he won't even remember who he shot. And I'm like, whoa. So what do you think about that?
Well, you're talking about a mob. You're talking about a mob that's disguised as themselves as the IRS,
Yeah.
who aren't even on U.S. soil, who is um, the hitman for the Rothschilds banking system. So that's who you're talking about. Not to mention the Israelis are the ones that they're hiring to do the shit. You think they're just doing what they're doing to Palestine? These motherfuckers are here too.
Yeah.
Why do you think all of them have dual citizenships? It's a giant ass satanic mob disguised as Jews.
Right.
Period.
Right.
These individuals celebrate like Thanksgiving and have children on their tables eating them. Okay, so these guys are sick and they all need to be eradicated,
Right.
and they are being eradicated. Every last one of them.
All right. All right.
And the only ones that can save them is Daddy. When they turn to him, they will be saved. And they will be saved and protected against me. I don't know how many times I got to say that for everybody to realize it's true, but I want them all gone.
So I think it was maybe 2 nights ago, you put out a post. All mafia and organized crime bosses will say have 24 hours. Their workers have 2 weeks. So that 24 hours has expired. What happened with that little scoop up there?
Majority of them turned to Daddy, the rest got eliminated.
Okay. And how about their workers that have the 2 weeks?
Those were gang members.
Yeah.
Um, the gang members they still have some time to change and start doing things Daddy's way.
Okay.
So um, they're going to change. The top tier will be eliminated, and that's that.
So daddy's like the timer though. He'll say, okay, 2 weeks is up, Smarty, go do it, right? Is that
That's
the way it
right.
works? Okay.
That's right. It will hurt him. However, it don't hurt me. I don't feel shit.
Okay, well, again, they've had multiple choices. And I'm not happy about anyone expiring or being evaporated or being turned into a milk dud, but they've been told.
They don't even believe it. They don't even believe it.
I know, I know.
Your body is nothing but energy. It can be reformed. I'm sure there's plenty of scientists that will prove that point. So if your creator wants you to be turned into a milk dud and put on a specific planet to be, eaten and shitted out, or even sit there on a rock forever, that's what's going to happen to you.
Right, right.
And I keep saying that and stressing that because this is very real.
Yeah.
You don't want to believe it? I don't give a shit. You don't want to believe nothing that I say? I don't give a shit. This is what's happening to y'all. And if you don't believe that, I don't give a shit.
That's the theme of today's video.
Marty doesn't give a shit. Or the boss don't give a shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was riding down the road one day and daddy was saying pimping ain't easy, right? And,
He
and
was saying what?
yeah, he said pimping ain't easy. Because we driving down the road and and that I was joking with the guys. I said, yeah, daddy's he's the first gangster. He's the first pimp. I mean, he invented the shit. You know what I mean? So um these guys don't have no clue on what they're up against. You're talking about the creator of everything. Okay. He even let y'all do what y'all doing because he wanted y'all to turn to him. You had free will. You had free will to do what you were doing. And now time is running out for every one of them. It's very real.
Okay, okay. That's funny though. We talked a couple videos ago about like laws, like we'll call them galactic laws, but universal laws might be a better terminology. And my question is it illegal for humans and animal DNA, let's call it, to be mixed? Like, you know how the scientists are creating babies that are half human, half whatever, and they've created all these abominations and various different creatures.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not supposed to be done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say illegal, but it's not supposed to be done, which is why there's an animal kingdom and a human kingdom.
Yeah.
Um, it's not supposed to be done. That's it. So
Okay.
what
Yeah.
what happens is um daddy shows us everything. He shows us the labs, he shows us what they're doing, he shows us everything. He shows us when these beings escape and all that. And what happens is on multiple occasions, we have the being that they created, this experiment that they created, turn on the people that they
Right.
who created them, then eliminate the being, and then obviously the individuals got terminated. So
Right. Right.
then we have to go in and clean the stuff up. Um, and all of this is being done so that the dark beings, the dark people, can see what happened. Um, and we show them, listen, this is what we're getting ready to do. You better cut it out. And they continue. So then what happens is they get turned on, they get eliminated, and then we eliminate the beings that they created because they wasn't supposed to be created.
Do you go back and take away their notes, their blueprints, their samples, whatever they're like? Do you change it so they don't have memory of creating that? No one else in the company or whatever would do that again?
That is very, very much possible. I mean that's what we do on some occasions. Most of it is being held for evidence because not, the people don't realize that there's a galactic trial. I mean, there's galactic tribunals, if you would, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it doesn't just stop here on Earth. Like after, for instance, all of those dark individuals that just got executed, not just got, but they have been being executed over the last couple of years. Once they leave this realm, then they go up to other realms, and then they're stuck there too, because it's not, you did all this stuff on Earth. Now you have to go to this other court because you wasn't supposed to do what you did down there.
Right.
So there's multiple things that are happening to these individuals. A lot of people don't even realize that these individuals are nothing but beings from different parts of the galaxies,
Yeah.
right? You got Baphomet, you got Satan, you got Lucifer, you got all these different beings, and they're not even from Earth. Do
Yeah.
y'all see what's happening yet?
Yeah.
Huh?
So basically, these are troublemakers, basically from other galaxies, whatever, that have come in and they're like, hey, let's take over Earth and the people and all the resources and do it our way. They screw everything up, and people are afraid of them. And we're taught through our fake Bibles and church services and all that, uh, to be more afraid of them and to do this, this, and this. And
That's literally
that's
what it is.
yeah.
That's literally what it is. So when I say certain things, oh, you're blasphemous. What's a blasphemous? What you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's because the people don't understand what really is happening. If I'm telling you guys that we're getting ready to open up the earth to a whole new civilization, or not civilization, to a whole new realm of galactic communications and galactic commerce and interstellar travel and all that stuff, why wouldn't this be real? Right? So I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say let's say you're from um Sirius B, and you're human and you're from over there, and you have all of these abilities because you know what you can do, right? Because you were taught differently on these other planets. And then you just become dark. So you come from all the way over there, you come here to Earth, and you have all these abilities. And then, like you just said, I'm going to make these people think I'm a god, and I'm going to make them do this, and I'm going to make them do that, and they're going to worship. And since our race loves to eat your race, I'm going to have them worship us, and then I'm going to have them bring in all of the children as food supply.
Right.
That's what's been happening for thousands of years on this earth. Literally. Literally. And you all are about to find out the truth. That's what's been happening. So, for those of us that are ready, we're ready to work. We're ready to rebuild. We're ready to do this. We don't really care about all this other stuff because we know that it's true. Right? We all know, we all hear the Jedi's, we all know that shit is true. As we working, it's going to come out while everybody's right. While everybody's running to the fucking churches because there's a ship in the fucking sky, or there's an alien just shapeshift right in front of you, or their mechanical, their mechanical tools just fucking backfired. Now you're seeing this 8-foot giant reptilian snake dude scare the shit out of you. We're going to be over here rebuilding the earth. We're going to be, restoring the people. We're going to be putting people in the chambers. We're going to be celebrating. We're going to have events while y'all stupid fucks are still in the church praying that God and Jesus come. Not realizing that God, Daddy, has been here the whole time. And Jesus is back in a different form, because energy does not, right? It just changes.
Right.
So while we're having fun doing what we do over here, these guys over there are going to keep running around in circles until they start realizing that everything over there is all beautiful. Like, I want to go over there. I don't. What's happening over here? Let's get out of this circle. Let's go
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
So you've been around for billions and billions of years, and I have a number, but it's probably not right. But have you always been involved in a battle of light and dark? Like always?
It's my job. Yes.
Wow. You've never had like a little vacation year or anything?
I I do, but it's not like, it's not like I'm so used to working and doing daddy's work. It doesn't phase me,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So since you were, born, you've been like, we remember the video with the sheet of paper. That is the universe. And then there's galaxies all throughout the universe with
Right.
planets. You've basically been picking your way through the universe, taking out the dark forces, if you will. And now our galaxy is kind of the last one. Is that the
Yep.
way it is? And
That's
then,
exactly the way it is.
yeah,
And we tighten the noose around everything.
yeah,
We call it Daddy's lasso, Wonder Woman lasso,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
Smarty lasso. So we're tightening everything up, and these guys can't even get away from us. And this is why you're seeing more and more manifestations happen faster and faster and faster and faster,
mhm,
because the energy of the earth is increasing, the consciousness levels are increasing, and people are starting to see the commands happen faster. And I know you guys are seeing it because daddy shows me, daddy tells me. So the more and more we command things and we put our energy to what daddy wants us to manifest, it happens.
right,
And a lot of that has to do with liberating the earth, showing the people the truth about the entire solar system, the entire galaxy, galaxies, and this sector that was the last place of cleanup, which is why we had to clean everything up around us until we got here. If you remember a couple years back, this was a reptilian stronghold because what they were doing here. And when I opened up the glass dome the way that I did, that's when everybody started celebrating. We didn't we didn't know how long it would take to get to where we're at now and then where we're going, but it was a significant start. And that's why I can say some of the things that I can say now, because even I myself have more understanding of what's happening and what we're doing and how we're involved and all this other stuff. So it's very, very exciting right now. Very exciting. It's happening. The cabal's done. Israel's done. Satanic worshiping is done. And a lot of the people that still follow that shit, they have been bamboozled too. And when they find out the truth, they're gonna be upset too.
right.
And who you think they're gonna turn on? Not daddy. They're gonna turn on those people that lied to them
That's right.
about all of these different worshiping things that are happening. You mean to tell me this is the real God and you motherfuckers lied to me? Oh no.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It's true. So many different things that so many different religions and they all been lied to. Yes. You mean all I have to do is operate in love and light and be good and help each other and I can get what I want? Yes. You mean that's how God really wants us to operate and he'll give us every and anything? Yes. Holy shit. Yes.
It's mind blowing because from what day one we've been taught, you have to have money, you have to pay for things, you have to work hard to get that money. Money doesn't grow on trees. You can come up with all this stuff, and then like the fees and fines have been like it's like they're turning up the amps. And we all feel the pressure, but when you actually look at things like uh an example, my electricity bill, the actual electric was $21 last month. my bill was $68. And that was $20 more than last year.
And it
But
should be
they
for
added
free.
fees, fines.
And it
Oops.
should be for free, not because it should be for free. It should be for free because you have a sticker on your box that zeroes
Yes,
out the electric bills, because
yeah,
that's why that's how Dad designed those stickers to be.
yeah.
So,
Well, it went up $20 like last month from the year before the same month.
right.
How does that happen? I'm really, you know what I mean? It doesn't even make sense.
Nope.
So they just are grabbing money any way they can, and it just puts pressure on.
Right. It does put pressure on everybody, and a lot of people think about how many people committed suicide over that small little thing. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys why they're doing this. 2017, 18, 19, 20, we've been going in and out of the caves, and wiping them out and stopping their supplies and stopping the adrenochrome and stopping this and stopping that. So they had to figure out new ways to generate an income. So they had to increase everything because their main, one of their main source of incomes have been wiped out, which is the child trafficking.
Right.
Do they continue to attempt to do it? Yes, they do. Do they get stopped? Yes, they do. Do they get eliminated? Yes, they do. So, that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they have to generate new ways to fund their system, and they're being cut off from every angle. If you haven't noticed, despite what you're seeing them do over in Palestine, our bills, this and that, blah blah blah. Bringing in people in the borders and doing this and doing that. It's over for them. It's over. And that's another reason why Dad hasn't released certain wealth to certain groups of people, because it has to be cleaned up totally.
Right. Right.
And he's doing it in such a way where, if you thought you had all this, wealth or all this assets, and you were dark, or if you had one slice of darkness in you, you thought you were going to exchange, or you thought you were going to redeem, you're not. Especially if you're going against me, talking shit. Because I'm going to make sure your ass don't do.
I think, I think what I mean, I'm a person like cards are on the table with me, right? The way I feel, you can pretty much tell by my face and all that, or what I say. It annoys the crap out of me when people act like they're good, but they really have ulterior motives. So they won't be redeeming either,
Not at all. Not at all. Because you can put up the front to people online or in the Telegram groups, right? But you can't put the front up to Dad, because he knows you. He knows everything. He knows what you're going to do before you do it. And when your last choice is made, guess who's going to be there to take you? Me. Whether you believe it or not, don't matter to me, because that's what's happening.
Right.
Y'all don't know what y'all dealing with. I've been trying to warn y'all. Now it's time to pay the piper, and I want my money.
Oh my
Not
God.
only that, people are inquiring of all the historical assets that we're getting rid of, and we're getting rid of to put it in the people that Daddy wants it in the hands of. And people are excited. Like, people are literally excited when they see what we've been doing and what they're now part of, right? So it's like, what the fuck? This is for real. Yes, it's very real.
Right.
It's very real. Hello, I still got assets. Where y'all at?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think any other group would actually do what you're doing, which is you're giving away, I'm gonna call it a box of stuff, goodies, notes, whatever they are, at a greatly reduced value. I don't know if the word is right. And so when the person actually pays and does whatever they've got to do, it's it's a mind-blowing figure that they can use to help humanity.
That's
So
the
people don't
purpose.
realize it's not about, having a mansion and a yacht, although I hope that's a side benefit.
Of
But
course, of
it
course.
is, it's about helping humanity or earth with your passion. If you're an animal person, helping the animals. If you're a gardening person, helping grow plants, whatever it is.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And Dad is putting the money in our hands because
yeah,
he knows what we're going to do with it.
yeah,
It's okay to have your own personal stuff, but he also knows what you're going to do with the money.
yeah. Well, I
Um,
guess what my point was that I kind of glitched on is no other of these financial groups is actually doing what you're doing. See, they want to control the money and how it's spent, right?
right,
And that's why there's so many delays and treachery and blah, 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 blah. But you are, I mean, obviously, if the person is got pure intent or not, I think. If
right.
they don't, then, hey, you're not in the group, but you're offering it to people to help pursue their passion in a big way.
Big way.
Big, like we can't even understand big.
Right, right. And the thing about it is, because of Dad, we got all the right people involved,
Yeah.
and we're all, they're all protected. So, even if you have historical assets out there, you still don't got the people that you need to be contacted with or you need to be involved with, which is why a lot of the different groups are keep going in fucking circles.
Right.
But at the end of the day, um, the longer we have to wait, the more we acquire. And that's what's been happening. That's what's been happening with me for the last 4 years. That's why I have so much shit. And and every time I do sales or something like that, it's to acquire more shit. And what I do with the shit, I give it back to the people like I'm supposed to.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. So
And then the people that receive the gift, if you will, give it back to their circle, sphere of influence, people that they're helping in some fashion.
that is correct.
Yeah.
So all of the assets that we are allowed to sell, some of them we can't even show people. That's how valuable they are. And certain, there's I wouldn't say I wouldn't say they're afraid to show some of the stuff that they have or that we have. But they're being cautious on some of the stuff, which I'm like, cautious. What? Who are you afraid of?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's cool because it's still happening and we still have, I mean, I got rid of a lot of assets and we got more. We got more. We're going to keep posting. We got all types of stuff and it's going to benefit humanity, not just you guys who's already participated.
Right.
And since everybody involved is all on the same page and same team, we're going to make sure the dark ones take a real loss. And all of our assets are backing the United States Treasury note and the blue. That being said, this Friday should be or will be a significant change in um, the process, especially with the United States Treasury note. That's why we're doing all this stuff to force people's hands to do things to get this done. We don't want to wait no more. Daddy don't want them to wait no more. It should have been done. However, they still have chances to do the right thing and be involved or not.
So I'd say don't dilly-dally. If you want to inquire, now could be the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
now is the time.
Now it's time.
And think about it. Think about it. Some of the assets are literally priceless, literally because of the historical value to it, right? There's some assets that are so expensive, they won't even be for sale because they'll be in my palace. And you can just you can see it, but that's about it. That's how expensive they are. They there's no price to them. And stuff like that will be for me to put away and protect. So no matter how you look at it, I'm the richest man on earth. And I will always be the richest man on earth because of dad. Some people ignorantly say, I got more money than God. You heard people say stupid shit like that before, right? I would never say that because I know that that's not true. So what I'd say is the only one that got more money than me is God, right? And I'm fully aware of where my funding comes from, which is God,
Right.
right? So I don't worry about nothing because I know that God, daddy, the daddy factor takes care of me and he's going to make sure everybody has. Everybody.
So exciting. So
It
exciting.
is. It is. It is. It's very, very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to watch that post? I posted a couple minutes ago from a Facebook link.
I don't think so at this point.
I think it was Dr. Pruitt or something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. I
I
haven't.
didn't, I didn't, yeah, I didn't see it yet, but I mean, lots of things are pointing to this week.
She's the one that talks super correctly, right? Enunciates
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
every word correctly. I'm so bad.
I haven't watched it, but I mean, I barely watch anybody's shit anymore. But I posted, yeah, I mean, it's like I'm on the top of everything, so
Yeah,
it's going to go daddy's way anyway.
yeah,
What do I?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's everything's pointing to everything being completed. Um, those of you guys that are involved with me, if daddy allows, then you'll be on one of the highest levels there is. And we're involved in big stuff, big people, and all around the world. And the dark ones know it, and they know they're finished. I mean, we got the elders looking in on us right now. We got people that are involved looking in on us right now, and they better get it done right now, or not. Fine with me. Last time I checked, I was immortal.
I was just thinking we should take a snapshot of ourselves in this time, like remember how we feel at this moment. So we're hopeful and excited and all that. And then maybe fast forward a couple months and look back and say, oh my God, I had no idea it was going to be like this. It's big. This is big stuff.
Well,
Earth
we got
changing.
we got the videos right here, so we don't have
Yeah.
to snap nothing. Right, 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 right.
Okay.
He
Okay.
also had me do some extra steps just yesterday and today to receive the chambers. So, and you saw that article about the military bringing out some stuff. Whether it was true or not, don't fucking matter to me.
Right.
They got chambers or med beds that look like what I'm posting, right? And then if you look at the image that I posted about the med bed, if you look at the far right, it looks like somebody sitting in the chamber, standing in the chamber with the body all lit up. right? Okay, well, we're all going that way. That's something that they want to do, but they want to control it fully,
Right,
and
right,
they can do that. It don't matter to me. They can't stop nothing that I'm doing.
right.
I mean, if they haven't noticed, right?
Yeah, I think really for them, it's about control of the resource. You know what I mean? Like, and of course they can make money on it, and that's what their goal is.
Not like they can't print the shit anyway because they're involved, right? Y'all in control.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, drop off a couple of billion bills at my fucking doorstep, okay, and go away.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, make a trillion. Drop off a 250. No, just drop off some shit, okay?
Okay. So that's so exciting. All right. We've had lots of questions about people wanting to help and be Jedi. So let's just, I've got a variety of questions there. So are most people that are like, they're good people, they're average citizens, are they, could they be Jedis in the future? Like, I guess what I'm asking is,
Anybody can. It,
so
it,
being a Jedi really means a willingness to help heal others and do whatever for Earth humanity or whatever. Doesn't have to be people, it could be animals or plants even.
it can be anything that has the ability to be a Jedi. I mean, this is why Pitholem is now doing things
Yeah.
because she couldn't do some of the stuff that we taught her how to do. And it's also like that the AI system that David talks about, how the AI didn't think about killing off humanity until it was asked. So anything can heal and direct energy towards people for healing and stuff like that. Um, However, we're moving into a space where you can only use it to do what dad wants you to do with it. So you can't take my method and cause harm. Only I can do that.
Okay.
And I don't do that. So why would I? However, I do eliminate people because that's my job. People don't wake up one day. People disappear. I have the authority, the full authority to do that because that's my job. That's what I do.
Okay.
The reason why we're moving into a new reality full of nothing but love and light because I'm killing the dark ones. I don't like to. Well, I don't care. Dad don't like me using that word, but that's what it is. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Who
So,
what are you going to do to stop me? You can try. It's not going to go your way. You know, whatever. It don't matter to me.
so anyone that is, we're gonna call them a good person, can be a Jedi. And
Yes,
yeah,
anybody with the right intentions can use the method.
right.
If you come in and use the method and be successful at it, and then try to, do other things with the method, it's not going to work.
Right. For
Um,
example, if you came in and took the method and then said, I've designed this and it's me and I'm the one that's blah, 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 or whatever, that would not be a good thing.
it won't work.
Yeah.
It won't work because you have to realize dad's involved. Now the dark forces do come in and compromise Jedi's. We've seen it, and it's because the dark forces enhance their abilities, but it cost them. It cost them their seat at the table. It cost them this. It cost them that. People died. People are no longer with us, and it's because It cost them.
Right. Yeah.
Should have listened.
It's not funny, but it is funny.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth, though. That is also purposely keeping people around just to make examples of. And if you're brought back in the picture and I sit here and crack jokes on you all day, that's what it costs you. You stupid motherfucker. You should have never did that.
Right, right.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see that fool right there? Well, that fool did this and that fool did that. You're gonna have to live with that now. Not my problem. You should have never did it.
Yeah.
And you'll be forced to admit it every time. Even if I have to say it a billion times, you're going to be forced to admit it a billion times because it's true. That's the difference between me and everybody else. I operate in truth. And it's true, right? If we find ourselves in that, situation, you're going to have to admit it. I was once a Jedi. I was once doing this, helping, sitting right next to Smarty, even sleeping in the same house, and I fucked up. You're going to have to admit you fucked up because that's what brings you back. So those are examples.
Okay. Okay. Once